Thank you, Shivani. My dear friends, Suresh, may I have you on stage, please? May I request Kanwal Regi, the founder of TAI, Saurabh Srivastav and Harish Mehta, founders of TAI India, Sriniraju Garu, the founder of TAI Hyderabad, to be on the stage, please. Harish Mehta. Yeah, I did. As some of you heard last night when Honorable Minister Ramarao Garu was saying, TAI has created a tremendous impact in the ecosystems around the globe. We are in 60 chapters in 19 different countries, and all because of certain pioneers like in entrepreneurship who have taken this stance and fostered the growth of the chapters and fostered the message of TAI to across the, and this is about that celebration of TAI being in India for 20 plus years. So, Saurabh, I'll request you to go first and talk about TAI in India and take it over.
Okay from here, right? So let me kick it off by first recognizing Kanwal, who made it happen in Silicon Valley, and that is really what then came to India. So let me just kick it off by saying, look, many of you around the room, including us, have sort of created startup companies and successful startup companies. It's never easy and it's a lot of fun. But in my life, what I've enjoyed much more is trying to help create institutions. They're more difficult, but a lot more fun and a lot more impactful. So the first startup institution I got involved in, co-founding along with friend Harish here, was of course NASSCOM. We learned a lot. The second one was TAI. And in some ways, NASSCOM was founded in '88, TAI in Silicon Valley in '92. And in some ways, I think NASSCOM had a role in the founding of TAI. So let me tell you, it's a story not all of us know. In those days, Harish, me, all of us used to take delegations to the US of a dozen, 15 companies, and then request people in Silicon Valley who were icons, like Kanwal was at the time, to come to our events and help invite people who would come and listen to us making our pitch. So we were doing one trip. We were on the East Coast. We were going to fly out to California, and all of us missed our flight. And over there was Kanwal and a number of people of Indian origin who had made it very big in California at the time. And Kanwal will talk about some of them who were involved. So they met for dinner anyway. They realized that they had not been meeting each other. And so they said, let's meet again. And it was those series of meetings which catalyzed and created TAI in Silicon Valley. So I've certainly been very involved with TAI ever since it got created in Silicon Valley in 1992, attended every TAICon. It was a fantastic message for entrepreneurship, and kept pushing Kanwal, Harish and I both, saying let's do it in India. And the seminal moment for us was in 1998. Kanwal made many trips with a number of the icons in the US at that time, because remember, around that time, none of us in India had built anything very substantial. When we founded NASSCOM in '88, Infosys was $500,000 in revenues. But these guys had made it big in Silicon Valley. They were icons. So we wanted to use their position and names to get policies changed in India. because they were hurting us. And in 1998, in Delhi, we did the first Tycon of Delhi in India, Taj Mansingh. I still remember that. And we had a seminal meeting at the Ministry of Telecom. At that time, it took 10 years or 15 years as the waiting list to get a phone. So we were there, we spoke to them, and we said, why don't you open it up? And they said, no, there's no need, there's no demand for phones. And Kanwal said, well, it's not available. What do you mean there's no demand? There's no demand for a phone that you'll give after 15 years. And then the guys, so we said, if you can't do it, he said, people can't afford it. Third reason was, we said, why don't you open it up? Kanwal said, why don't you let AT&T come? And the secretary says, but they'll lose money. There's no demand in India. And I remember Kanwal saying, look, but it's not your money, it's their money. They're big boys, they can afford to lose it. And then he gave that interview of saying, DOT hatao, desh bachao, which became like a rallying moment. So I would say from there, we went from strength to strength. And in 2001, there was the dot-com bubble crash, telecom crash, and we had built TIE Delhi around tech because TIE was born in Silicon Valley. It was all about tech. And we realized that in Delhi, if we have to make TIE work, it cannot be only about tech. It has to be about entrepreneurship across the piece. And that remodeling has worked really well because today I think now TIE Delhi is almost 22, 23 years old. And or maybe a bit longer. And we are really happy that we are amongst the two largest chapters along with Silicon Valley. But it's all come around the growth of the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And I mean it when I say, if it hadn't been for TIE getting its footprint in India, and now there are so many chapters around the country. It's not just about Delhi or Bombay.
Saurabhji, I have a quick question while you're talking about time. I want to switch gears a little bit and ask Srini how, because we are in Hyderabad, what is the story of Hyderabad? How did TIE Hyderabad come about?
Well, Harish and Saurabh were my gurus. Though I was hanging around with them as an equal in IT industry, but otherwise they were way ahead of me. They always said, they would take me very close by and say, okay, do something in Hyderabad. So first it was started in Bombay and Delhi at once, and then the Bangalore and Hyderabad started after, I don't remember exactly, about a year or two later. And I have requested Kanwal to come and inaugurate that. In one of those visits that he came here, he inaugurated. And when we started here, very interestingly, that we didn't have really a registration and organization. It was an informal gathering. We called it TIE Hyderabad, but we did not have a registration. And I should thank J. Chaudhary for doing all the hard work of putting the registration and then giving a format to it. The initial days when we were meeting here in that round building in the high-tech city, that Cyber Towers, there used to be one small conference room. If you asked me 22 years ago that, can you please predict what the IT industry would be in Hyderabad or to that extent India and all that, and I would have predicted at least 10 times less than what it is today. We used to be like this in that one corner, and we felt that was very big. We had probably few thousand people, few thousand engineers in the whole of Hyderabad. And I was just sharing, during the conversations with Saurabh and Harish Bhai, but for the entrepreneurship IT that has happened around that time, we would not see the two big cities of today, that Bangalore and Hyderabad. It's the whole thing, the foundations that were laid, what he said, NASCOM in 1988, 34 years ago, and then the tie from Silicon Valley to here, that has brought us together as a global community. The people from many places, I don't know how many, I'm sure now you know it, but those days for us, there used to be the Pakistani people also in our chapters, because we said this, the Indus entrepreneurs. So the Pakistan was also part of our civilization. So they also used to be part of us. We had some of them visiting Hyderabad also. I remember now some Karachi chapter or something, they came here for one of the meetings. So it started small, and very slowly it growing to big. Today, I'm so happy that to see the size and magnitude of the things, both in terms of number of attendees, companies, and whatever it is. And for us, it's a very happy occasion to meet my old friends here, my old gurus here, and also some of the other people who gathered here. And Murli, that it's, thank you for the current leadership to invite us here today.
Thank you, Srinigaru. Harish Bhai, you're involved with two large organizations, which has created tremendous economy in India. Your thoughts, please.
Kanwal used to be, I met Kanwal in 1993, where I had a joint venture with Novell, and he came on board representing Novell for the Onward Novell company. And then we started talking, and he introduced me to Silicon Valley's product-based or IP-driven business model. And he said, why don't you bring TIE to India? Now, in my mind, product game, I'm going back to early 90s, was a tough one. Because in India, we believe in right to copy, not in copyright. Now, with that environment, how does the product entrepreneur get paid for what he is doing? And if he is going to design the product for global market, he might as well be in Silicon Valley. So I wasn't convinced that India is ready for the product market. And I can tell you a lot of stories about it, what the bureaucrats were thinking. For example, one bureaucrat told us that, where is our Kohinoor? Tower of London. How many times Somnath has been looted? Many times. So this is our time to loot the software of Western companies. And we must indulge in piracy. We will not control it. So that was the environment, mindset. Even they went to an extent saying, we are giving Mahabharata free, Ramayana free. We are giving, if we had charged royalty on our zero, India would have been the richest country in the world, and so on and so forth. So we were up against that mindset of having, apart from the cultural challenges of our own generation, as well as from the bureaucracy side. However, in late 90, and Saurabh talked about how we were working with Kanwal and TIE Silicon Valley. In 1998 or some time frame, Sridhar Iyengar, he called me and he said, in some conversation, we are getting, my landlord is not asking rental, he's asking stock options in my company. So that's the time I felt maybe something we are missing out big. So Saurabh and we decided, even Nandan was part of it. We said, let's bring TIE to India. And the first meeting which we had, 12 of them came in Bombay. And we had booked, couldn't find any other hall, so we booked it at Birla, where 1,500 capacity. We thought maybe 100, 200 will come. So we kept the lights off on all the back seats so that all the Silicon Valley people don't get scared why such a big hall is empty. But you'll be surprised what a fantastic response that all 1,500 were booked, plus there were a few hundred people waiting outside. So that was a response to entrepreneurship. And Kanwal also said at that time, say, in India, we believed in the socialistic license Raj. And so what it means is they were focused on wealth distribution, not on wealth creation. And that's what I understood from Silicon Valley, that wealth creation is the one we should follow. And then comes the distributing the wealth, not other way around. And as you see now, the success of TIE, phenomenal, has grown such a big, I think we're just starting, according to me. We have to create 90 million jobs in the country. That's absolutely critical for India. And my sense is that it is a million technopreneurs will create those jobs, 100 jobs per entrepreneur on an average. And that's what we all have to work towards in spreading the message of Thai for anybody in the, to an extent where anyone in India who thinks of entrepreneurship, the second word in his mind or her mind should be Thai. So that's my vision about Thai for India.
Thank you, Harish Bhai. Kanwal, over to you. You're the founder of Thai.
Can you hear me now? So, you know, one of the person we have not mentioned who was instrumental in making Thai a global entity is Professor C.T. Prahlad. You know, when we were doing Thai, we had no ambition other than a Thai in Silicon Valley. He was the keynote speaker at the Saturn Thai conference. And he got really enamored with what we were doing. And he asked me, I'm not an entrepreneur. Can I become a charter member? Can I become part of your group? I said, Professor Prahlad, is an honor for, to have you on board. So he started to conceptualize what we should do. And he was saying from the day one, Thai is a freedom movement. He used the word Purna Swaraj from 30s as a role model. It should become a bottoms-up movement. It should not be anybody's private sandbox. And one of the reasons Thai has become such a thing is that everybody is welcome who wants to contribute. Nobody is made to feel their late arrivals are they don't belong. So C.T. Prahlad wrote that famous seminal paper called The House of Thai, which basically captured the spirit of Thai and what Thai should do. And I recently at last, and I asked Harish, do you have the copy? And he sent me one. And so C.T. was as brilliant a person as you can ever meet. So let me tell you a couple of other stories. That event in Delhi at Taj Palace, I don't know what happened when. That event in Delhi at Taj Palace had roughly about 500 people attend it. Of those 500 people, the 200 were senior government servants. And that's when I realized that these people are also very interested and aware what's possible. And I also want to mention, he's not in Telangana a politician, but C.T. Naidu, Chief Minister Naidu. What was his first name? Chandrababu Naidu. So when we launched the chapter in Hyderabad, we had a flight at 7 a.m. the next morning to Delhi. It called me at 9 p.m. The night before. We had done our day's event. We were trying to go to sleep. He says, I have to meet you. I said, well, we are leaving for Delhi. We have a meeting at the U.S. Embassy. I'll tell you a story there too. And we can't miss our flight. He said, no, you don't have to miss our flight. I am in Dubai, and I will be arriving back in Hyderabad around 1 to 2 p.m. We will meet at our house at about 3 p.m. And I'm scratching my head, 3 p.m. at Naidu's house. So we went to his house. He had all his cabinet present in the middle of the night. Right. And it was amazing to see the energy and spirit. And he made sure that we had the moral escort, the police escort to the airport, all the way to the plane. They already had taken our tickets and checked us in. So there was energy. There was energy that happened back then. Thai, is a unique organization. By the way, we do have at least 3 chapters in Pakistan, if not more. And we think wealth creation and entrepreneurship is the way to unite people. There's nobody who can fight or dispute. What we are doing is a very noble activity. And it has come much farther than my wildest dreams. And it's been a, I get bobbed. There are at least 1,000 people since yesterday morning who wanted selfies with me. I have to smile and do a selfie. I cannot say no. One of the core talent of Thai was that we must be accessible to younger people. We cannot be distant like the old, states of Bombay or Calcutta. They're rich and they build, their own private, compounds, and they're mythical. They're not real. So our goal was to become very accessible. People can touch and feel you, and you cannot say no, to younger people. So it's in some fashion. We didn't expect this level of scale. But I still follow that talent. I am available and accessible to anybody who approaches me. Thank you.
Kanwal, this is BJ. I have a quick question for you. Now, you're one of the iconic Silicon Valley entrepreneurs who, first person of Indian origin to have listed their company public. You ran Novell for a while, and, you have subsequently helped create billions of dollars of values post that. Between all of those successes and also being one of the co-founders of Thai, which one do you feel is your bigger contribution?
So the later effort is built on the earlier foundation. There will be no basis to tell people what to do unless there was a Thai, there was a Epsilon, there was a Novell, there was a Success there was a, so you cannot, say, that doesn't matter. That was the basis on which everything else happened. But I'll tell you, I was telling somebody today, what is happening in India today, it is much more satisfying. I used to worry and wonder that we are taking care of the rich and the educated through IT industry. But now I have become very aware what we were doing and are still doing is to build a critical mass of digital technology and software technology. We didn't have the local market by exporting. And we have reached the size of experts, entrepreneurs, and now, unlike every other country which developed, developed with a cheap manufacturing, shoes, toys, and moved up the food chain, India has developed a very much top layer and is moving down the food chain, which is a very unique model. One of the beauty of India is it always marches to its own tune. So I used to really sweat, are we creating a monster of two Indias? And my sense is, I think that's fear is misfounded. So I want to make two points. I think we need to change our motto, fostering entrepreneurship to fostering mass entrepreneurship.
Thank you, Kanwal.
Yeah, but I do want to make one more point. And we need to start focusing on the villages, certain third, fourth tier cities. We cannot leave anybody behind.
Kanwal, I was saying thank you because...
I want to make one point.
One point, Harish bhai. I just want to say that Hyderabad, this current years, one of the prime objectives on Suresh Raju's leadership was on the tier 2 and tier 3 cities focus. And Thai Chennai is doing a very, very commendable job on that aspect. And I see Thai Nagpur and Thai Pune doing that. So I think, Kanwal, your vision is coming in this thing. Harish bhai.
It's time to have a benign neglect of major metros.
See, Kanwal talked about C.K. Prahlad.
Yeah.
Now, C.K. Prahlad came up with a white paper, I think within 10 years of Thai's operation, called House of Thai. This white paper describes how to build a perpetual organization. I would recommend to all Thai chapters to read that white paper. I have circulated that white paper within NASSCOM at least twice. You get a fantastic insights about how do you build a perpetual organization.
Thank you, Harish bhai. With that, I request the current presidents, current BOT members, past BOT members, past global chairmen to come onto the stage. We are going to felicitate the three gentlemen along with our founder, Srini Raju. Please join the stage, please.
C.K. Prahlad did say one thing. Thai must outlast all its founders, all its early members. It should not be dependent upon anybody. He was very critical of Indian National Congress. He was very critical of the Muslim League of India. We must build an organization which does not depend upon any personality. And I think that is
Presidents and past presidents of all the chapters, the BOT members, current, future, past, please join us on the stage.